And there we had the Minister for Treasury and Finance from Turkey, really bringing us up to date with a Eurasian perspective and also talking about the cooperation that's needed for the future. So it was great to have that opportunity to listen to him. Now I'm absolutely delighted. We have a very, very special session, so I want to welcome you all here. And Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for being here, because this is now the inaugural voluntary carbon market ceremony. This, of course, will include the auction winner announcement, so that's what's so very special about it. And this is the largest carbon credit auction that the world has ever seen, and it's happening here at FII. The auction, of course, is being held here, and it helps to provide finance for critical climate action projects right across the global south. It will lead to 1.4 million tons of emissions reduced, enough to compensate for the emissions of 200,000 cars for a year, and that's equivalent to more than 3.5 billion kilometres, or 90,000 times the circumference of the Earth. So this is a big deal. The auction has been carried out here by the Public Investment Fund on behalf of its newest initiative, the Voluntary Carbon Market, or the VCM as we will know it, which was initially announced by PIF and the Saudi Tawawul Group, and that was in September 2021. Now, the Voluntary Carbon Market is an incorporated company. This has just happened, and it will have three major business lines which will really help scale climate impact: exchange and trading services, supply scaling fund, and facilitation of advisory services. The exchange and trading services will offer high-quality carbon credit solutions for emitters of carbon, and that no matter what path of decarbonisation they are on. The supply scaling fund will provide the much-needed capital for positive climate projects to actually start and to take off. And the facilitation and the advisory services will help remove the roadblocks for developers of climate-positive projects in the region and indeed beyond. So I can promise you that this historic auction it's only the beginning in this region. So, Your Royal Highnesses, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce you to the voluntary carbon market. Let's just take a quick look.
The clock is ticking. Time is running out. So what are we going to do about it? Sit and watch? Leave it for our children to deal with? We can do better. We need to shift our mindset and embrace change. If we act now, there is still time. So let's open our eyes and provide solutions to protect our planet, to take us into a new era, an era of hope, prosperity, and innovation. A new dawn is possible. On the horizon, we can see big ideas for a brave, sustainable future. Investing in a cleaner global economy and creating a new carbon market is vital. By connecting business, environment, and technology, we can reduce carbon emissions and move toward a net zero future. Renewable energy, carbon capture, coastal blue carbon. The time to accelerate climate projects led from the global south has come. The time is now. The voluntary carbon market is an incredible opportunity for us all to make a difference and generate lasting change. So let's move forward together now.
And now it's my great pleasure to welcome on stage and introduce to you the CEO of HSBC, Noel Quinn, and the project director for the VCM, Riham El-Ghizi. And they're going to have a little fireside chat and really talk about the importance of this initiative in the region and what it will mean for the global south. Riham, Noel, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Riham, we just had a wonderful conversation behind stage, and it was very evident in that conversation your passion for the voluntary carbon markets. Could you please share your story of why you've been so keen for this to become a reality?
Definitely will do, but before doing this, I would like to congratulate all of our partners here today. We have just launched yesterday the voluntary carbon market, and we had a historic auction, the biggest by volume. We have sold 1.4 million tons. So I would like to thank everybody and to congratulate everyone around. For me, I'm passionate about this intrinsically. It's one of my values, environment. And in my career, I worked on renewable energy project and even acquired a company that is, the main source of revenue for it is carbon credit revenue. I truly believe that we need to be in the right side of history. We need to be where future belongs, and future belongs with the climate. And I believe that carbon credits can take us beyond decarbonization. It could take us to financing removal projects, to give an example, deforestation, or even setting up a seagrass farm in the middle of the ocean. That could all be available by carbon credits. I'm truly passionate about the market, and we want to ensure that this market serves Global South, where we are. It's an underserved region, in line with the Paris Agreement, and I want to emphasize on this with integrity at its core.
Excellent. And I have no doubt that that passion will translate into action, as it is already doing. But tell me, there's so much innovation that has to take place to achieve our net zero ambitions. And one could argue voluntary carbon markets is another form of innovation. How do you see it working, and how do you see it going forward?
I mean, we all know, and we have seen extreme climate events, and it caused loss and devastation, irreversible biodiversity loss across the globe. I just want us all to step back a little bit and imagine a world without voluntary carbon market. That is a world without meaningful financing for removal project. Why would anybody plant trees? If I tell you, Noel, go and scale planting trees, without that source of revenue, you wouldn't do it. It's economically unfeasible. So a world without voluntary carbon market is a world without meaningful finance for removal project, and this is what everybody forgets to mention and to talk about.
Yeah. And I think the way, when I talked earlier, I talked about building bridges. Essentially what you're doing is building the bridge between the supplier capital and the supplier projects, and democratizing essentially that flow of capital into those projects. So what has been the reaction so far to your initiative, the Voluntary Carbon Market Initiative?
Well, we started this journey a year ago with His Royal Highness the Crown Prince announcement of Saudi Arabia launching that market. It has been a very interesting journey to us. We've mentioned climate leaders who are in their decarbonization journey, very advanced. And we met those also who do not measure. And we see that not as a challenge or negative, we see it as an opportunity. What we're trying to provide here is not an exchange, and I'm stressing on that. We're not providing an exchange here today. We're providing end-to-end ecosystem. We're setting up, like what Etna said at the beginning, an exchange, facilitation office, and a fund. That fund will invest in reducing emissions projects and removal. I want to talk about Saudi Arabia in specific because a lot of people forget about how the long cost that we have. We are number 2 in the world in terms of blue carbon. Yeah. So this is after Australia, which is a great opportunity. Like what Amin mentioned in the previous session, he mentioned carbon capture and storage. Geologically, we can store CO2. Not only that, we can store it for thousands of years, and that is permanence. That is very important. Excellent. So huge opportunities over here in Saudi Arabia.
Thank you. Now, I've been asked to ask you 5 or 6 questions in 5 minutes, and I've saved the most difficult one towards the end, and that is transparency, because the real success ingredient for voluntary carbon markets is having transparency. How are you addressing that issue?
Well, transparency is vital. We need our partners here today to believe in us and to believe in the market. We need global institutions to believe in us, to come here. We want this market to be global. We need everybody to believe in us, and this is why we are contracting global rating agencies to rate each and every project. To give an example about the auction that we had yesterday, we have done extensive due diligence. We've screened out non-credible project developers. We have looked at social and environmental impact of these projects. And this is something that is key to our success. Ensuring that is what would enable us to be a global market, and this is what we want to be.
And how have you shared that due diligence and that information so that it's shared on a wider basis, so that a range of investors can see that due diligence and form their view as to, is that the sort of project I want to invest in?
We've shared the list of all of our projects, their vintage. We've selected Vera, which is a very strict registry. Their standards are very strict, so we've chosen Vera. We have the newest vintage, and as well, all of them are CORSIA eligible. But let me tell you, for the exchange, every investor, every buyer can open the exchange and see the credit rating for the project. Is it AA+ or A+? And this is something that we are going to provide for free to the buyers.
Excellent, excellent. Now, in terms of the next stage of evolution, you've got the auction today. What's your ambition? Where would you like to take this?
We want to be an agent of change here from Saudi Arabia. We want to lead that. We want to drive an impact in climate change, not only in Saudi, beyond our shores to the global south, where little has been done. And this is where we're going to be, and this is where we're going to grow as a global market, leading climate action in the global south.
Excellent. I think I may be shortly out of time, but we won't worry too much on the time. I've got one final question for you. You're clearly passionate about this initiative. And how do you market this initiative to the investor base of the world? Well, not so much the world, but your target investors. How do you take this to a more public domain so that the great work that's been done on the projects here in Saudi Arabia can attract a wider investor base?
Well, I mean, we have already 5 suppliers who are global suppliers. They are very attracted by the opportunity of coming here and participating in the market. This is something that we find very appealing and very attractive. We are working with companies. If companies want to have an impact, this is where it is. I told once a friend, if you want to solve climate change from the Alps, be my guest, but if you want to be with us here, come. There is money to be made. There is unprecedented ambitions in this country to grow beyond region to be a global leader. So this is where we are. Thank you very much.
I just want to thank you so much for everything that you've done, and many congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Noel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Noel and Riham there, and some great work ahead, a great initiative, and the fact that it has actually had a wonderful, successful start. We're very proud of you all, and congratulations. Thank you so much. We're now going to commence the formal part of this ceremony, and I'm very pleased to welcome on stage, please give him a very, very warm welcome, the Deputy Governor, and the head of the MENA Investments at PIF. Please welcome Yazid Al-Humaid.
Assalamu alaikum. Your Excellencies, esteemed guests, it's our pleasure at the PIF to announce the completion of the inaugural voluntary carbon market today. The auction, which basically explained in the previous session, took place yesterday. That's involved 1.4 million tons of high-quality carbon credits. The credits will play an integral part in PIF wider efforts to derive investments and innovation required to address the impact of the climate change. We would like to thank our partners whom represented today from different leading organizations who committed to the success of this market. And it's our honor today to announce the top 3 bidders on the auction that took place yesterday, whom are Aramco, thanks to our partners there, Al-Ayyam Financing Company, thanks, Your Excellency Nabil, and Saudi Arabian Mining Company, Ma'aden, thanks, Your Excellency. So I know that there will be a signing also ceremony, and then we'll take a photo together with all our partners. So thank you all for the success of this market. Thank you. Atina to you. Thanks.
And to our Deputy Governor, Yazim, thank you so much. And indeed, a big congratulations to Aramco, Olean, and to Ma'aden. But also, of course, to the 12 other winners that made a tremendous impact here today. We're now going to welcome the 3 top bidders, and then all of our winners in alphabetical order. So stay with us. First, please come to the podium for the signature, and then join Riham on the stage for a photo. So in first place, can I please welcome to the stage for the signature on this, Saudi Aramco.
أهلا إبراهيم. أهلا. Signature هنا.
And a photo with Reem. And first place, Aramco. Well done. Congratulations again. In second place, I'd like to welcome Olean, our signatory for Olean. So can we please... And perhaps with, okay, you have one with her. Congratulations, well done. And in third place, we're delighted to welcome to the stage our signatory for Ma'aden. All of our other partners, all of the other winners, of course, very, very important. So please, if I could ask our signatory for Aqua Power to join us on the stage now. Our signatory for Gulf Saudi, please join us. And we have a couple more for you. Please, we want to welcome from Gulf International Bank, our signatory for the voluntary carbon market. So from Gulf International Bank, thank you, sir. Perhaps a picture with, stay with her, yeah, we'll have one. Oh, where's she gone? We'll do a photo in front for you both. Thank you so much. From ITFC, please join us, our signatory for the voluntary carbon market. Great to have you here with us. And we'll have a photo in the front, yes. We have a few more. We're delighted to actually make sure everybody comes up here and we honor you all. Abdul Latif Jamil, our signatory, please join us. Thank you so much, sir. From Neom Energy and Water Company, ENOA, we're delighted to welcome our signatory from ENOA. Who's with us? They're probably busy on a very important deal, so we'll wait and we'll talk to them later. So that's good. But again, congratulations to them. From Saudia Airlines, our signatory from Saudia Airlines, please join us on the stage for our signatory for this. I'd like to welcome now our signatory from SABIC. Of course, we're so delighted to have all of you with us. Congratulations to all of you indeed. The Saudi Motorsports Company joins us now. So if I can call on the signatory for the Saudi Motorsports Company. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And we're down to our final three. The Saudi National Bank. Can the signatory from the Saudi National Bank please join us? Stay for a photo. Lovely. From Yanbu Cement. Can we have the signatory from Yanbu Cement? Congratulations. Congratulations. And from Zamil Group, can I have the signatory from Zamil Group. And that concludes our successful auction participants. A big congratulations to all of you. So give them a very warm welcome and a big congratulations. Such tremendous work that they've all put in, a tremendous initiative. And as we've heard, of course, here, only the start for what we're going to be doing here. Now, finally, I'd like all of our partners on stage for a photo for this historic moment. And we do need a little bit of order on this, so I'll really appreciate if you'll follow a few instructions on this. Firstly, I'd like to welcome our 5 supply partners: Engie, Minerva, Morgan Stanley, Numerico, and Standard Chartered. So if I could have those on stage, and if they join us on the top row here. And of course, I'd like them to join with us, the members of the Javelin project team, and that is the team from the voluntary carbon market, will be known as the Javelin team. And of course, our distinguished panelist, Noel Quinn, will also join us, the CEO of HSBC. So I believe we have some colleagues helping us here: Engie, Minerva, Morgan Stanley, Numerico, and Standard Chartered. And if we can have you on this top row. So if you can sort of line up, because we're going to put a bit of style in this, so we want you to sort of, you're on the top row. We're going to fill the rows below you. So you'll see there's a great plan in this, I promise you there is. I'd now like to invite the next 2 rows down, if I can have all the bidders, CEOs, and the chairman to the stage. So all of the bidders, CEOs, and the chairman to the stage. So they will take the next 2 rows. So again, I just need you to be careful on this, but so that row, yeah. So that row, the next 2 rows. Yeah, so you guys are there, so, and again, spread out. So we got 2 or 3 rows. I think we're good. Have you got them there? We're good? And now on our first row, I would like to welcome His Excellency Yasser Al Rumayyan, Your Royal Highnesses, Your Excellencies, distinguished ministers and partners to please join us on the stage. And perhaps if we put Your Excellency Al Rumayyan in the middle there. And indeed, what a fabulous picture there. That one, without a doubt, will be a photo for the history books. So important here. The voluntary carbon market, we're all very excited about it here in Saudi Arabia, and I know the buzz that this will generate around the global south, indeed around the world. This is hugely important. So congratulations to all of our bidders. Thank you all so much, of course, for also attending this very historic event, because we really will look back and see that this was the start of just a tremendous initiative here in Saudi Arabia. Special thanks, of course, to all of our distinguished partners from around the region, and they've been really instrumental in making sure that the bidding process and that everything went really well. Again, as I say, today we really witnessed at the 6th FII, we witnessed a truly inspiring initiative for climate history. So very, very exciting. And as we've said before, this is just the start. So congratulations to all of our successful bidders, and indeed to all of you. And keep an eye on the great initiatives. Reham laid it out, all the great work that's going on. So we're very, very excited about that. So thank you all so much.